Yes, we are live. Welcome, everyone. This is Yogi Speaks live session number 32. Thanks again for all your questions. Those of you watching us live on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, you can join our free WhatsApp group. That's where you can send us the questions and we'll address those questions here. So let's get started. Today's first question from Vinu sir. Can you please explain about Om, Tat, and Sat?
Yes, Namaste. The meaning of Om, Tat, Sat. Om is a combination of three syllables. A, U, M. A is representing Akar, the Rupa, form. U is representing Ulkar, the meaning, inner meaning. Then Ma is representing Makar, the modification of everything. The real energy is infinity, Arupa. There is no form. If something is with a form, it is finite. Even if it is a universal size, it is limited. Unlimited energy doesn't have a form. It's called Brahma. Brahma means dynamically expanding or something beyond the mind is Brahma. Brahma Bodha means Tat, that. Then what is Sat? What you understand is the reality Sat. Usually, Atma is called Sat Chidananda Surupa Atma. So, the unmodified state of energy or infinity is attaining a form, Tat. Then it is reaching back to Om. Om in the sense, I first feel a form. I have a form, body form. Then I say, I am a human being. Yes, everybody is human being. Then what makes the difference? I have a personality. I am a man, born and brought up in such situations and like a child of these parents. Then do this profession, I have this identity. All these things are Ulkar, inner meaning, which makes my personality. But still, I know my existence is beyond the limited form of this body and the imbibed informations or messages or attributes. Then beyond that, a unity is there as a human being. So this is the meaning of Agar, Ulgar, Makar, or A, U, Ma, Om, Tat, that, the energy or the form from which you are evolved. Sat, Sat is beyond our intellect, incomprehensible Brahman. This is the meaning. Om, my totality, Tat, the universal reality. Sat is unmodified, incomprehensible field of energy. That is the meaning.
Thank you, Guruji. So the next question from Lomas sir. Is there any correlation with breath and karma?
Again, we don't want to fall into the spiritually evolved or interpreted meaning of karma. Let us go through the simple form of karma is action, activity. Every particle in this universe is subject to go through a certain movement, action, vibration. That is what is called karma. Then we are aware of the movements, vibration, because our mind is active. Why the mind is active? You are breathing. Anybody who has lost the breath, mind is not there. Even in the sound sleep, technically we say we are in sound sleep, mind is not working. No, it's working in unconscious level. That's why you are breathing. But once the breath is stopped completely, mind will be stopped. Yatha prana, tadha mana. That is the link between mind and breath. So, beyond that, the karma siddhanta, the science of karma, and the connection between mind, breath, and the vibration, beyond comprehension. If you want to experience the connection, link between these three dimensions or the faculties, we have to meditate to find out the link between these three.
Thank you, Guruji. So the next question, what is mindfulness and how to practice it on a day-to-day life?
Mindfulness is again a limited term discussed all over the world. What is mind? Nobody knows. Even in Google search, you search in the Google what the meaning, the explanation, definition of mind. There is no definition because so far nobody could experience the real state of mind or the origin of mind. We know mind is there, but we are trying to explain the mind through the medium of mind. It is like a water is trying to explain, or the ocean is trying to explain what the water is. The reality is water, but once water is kept in a well, it's called well. When it is kept in a lake, we call it lake. Once it is in the ocean, we say ocean. But the containers, the limited borders are discriminating the name, but the reality is water. Same way, the mind and breath cannot be explained. It should be experienced. So, meditation is the only way to understand exactly what the mind is. It is, to a certain extent, it is clearly stated, Manomayamidam Sarvam. Everything is mind. And if you want to understand what mind is, go beyond the limitation or the limit of the mind. Chitta vritti nirodha yoga. Obliterate the boundaries of the mind to understand what the mind is.
Thank you, Guruji. So the next question, what are the spiritual questions that one need to ask within themselves for spiritual evolution?
Mostly 4 fundamental questions. You can have multitudes of questions, but as far as my requirement and my knowledge is concerned, 4 questions are enough, more than enough. First, from where I am born. Second, why am I born? And why should I die? What will happen after the death? Or where will I go after the death? These are the fundamental 4 questions to be answered. If you answer any one of these 4 questions, the target is achieved. So no need to complicate yourself into many things. Go for Chaturtala. Monitor the 4 areas. Birth, from where I am born, why am I born, and why should I die, what will happen after the death. Again, if you come back, if you want to shrink the number, you find out from where I am born and where will I go after the death. Because birth and death, two ends of the lifespan. So how it started and how it ends. Find out. But again, birth is beyond our limit because it has gone. It happened in the past. We have only one opportunity, death. Now we are living, we are alive, and we know one day we will die. So for me, one chance is left. How to find out the secret of death. This is what is this Kathopanishad, the dialogue between the god of death and a seeker, curious seeker, Nachiketas. So the whole Upanishad is a dialogue between the seeker and the god, which is focusing on the secret of death. So basic 4 questions, then come back to 2 questions, birth and death. Then the last possibility is stick on the process of death. If you can create a death through practice, all our questions will be vanished. Actually, again, I'm consciously saying questions are not being answered, questions are being vanished. It is like a blind boy who is keep on asking questions regarding colors. A boy is very intellectual, then he reads through the Braille, then he is learning about colors. So every day, as he learns more, the more he gets confusions, questions. So what he can do, he will ask question to many people. There is no answer forthcoming. Then if he is going to a hospital, seeing a good eye specialist and found out the reason for his blindness, rectified it, then he got his vision back. Then he started seeing the colorful world, all questions derived from his blindness vanished, not being answered. So the experience of the color will eliminate the questions regarding colors. Same way, all our questions regarding Atma, spiritual life, karma, karmic life, then good and bad, duality, all these things are like a blind child. Yes, we all are spiritually blind. We have to open our third eye, Yoga Drishti. Open it up. Then you will come to know, yeah, I know everything. Then no further questions. All questions are vanished. You are into the experience of eternity. That is what we have to do.
Thank you, Guruji. The next question: how can one heal oneself using mind as medicine?
Yeah, it is the continuation of the subject. Just now I said, mind is everything. Manomayamidam sarva. So, nature is the manifestation of the integration of two opposites. We experience a day, half daylight, half night. We experience the body, masculine, solar, feminine, lunar. Go to an atom, proton and neutron, neutral and phase. So these are the opposites, manifested form of mind, but from where these two opposites evolved? From a source which we don't know. Mind is either sticking to right side or left side. And our awareness is oscillating from positive to negative, negative to positive. We don't know why it is. it's happening. Once that oscillation get confused or complicated, there we find an uneasiness in the body system, which is called disease. So how we can convert that disease into ease? Be aware of the oscillation. There the mind can become the medicine. Not only that, once mind is focused, with that focused energy, we can change the fundamental nature of a molecule or a particle. This is what now quantum physics is trying to explain through the double slit experiment. In yoga, it is very clearly stated, Shraddha. Shraddha means focused mind. When you focus your mind on a matter, the structure of the matter will change. When I have a disease, mind is not focused on that. Then the disease is active. But the moment my mind get focused on that disease, then the structure of the cells must be changed. Once the structure is changed, the disease is changed to ease. This is how we use mind as medicine. It's practical yoga, I mean meditation.
Thank you, Guruji. So the next question, what's the best age to start yoga for children?
The best age to start yoga is 5. Up to 5, children are allowed to play and learn. This is what is called a lap university. Children will be sitting on the lap of elders and they are so curious. They are not framed. They will see everything with wonder. Mind is experience the vibration only. It is not getting forms. So up to the age of 5, let the mind of the child experience the vibrations and get the forms naturally, but support that child to get the forms in a constructive way. That's why children are kept away from cruel things, very negative things. If a child is feeling that from the childhood, I mean, when he or she is in this lap university term of education, if the child is, getting a conviction that killing is good, that child, when it grows, when that child become a full grown being, that person will not be reluctant to kill someone else, because right from the beginning, child formed his mind or her mind that killing is not a bad thing. It is a dangerous situation for the society. Same way, children are usually they are ignored. Elders will get into serious discussions where child is observing. Maybe it will catch an idea that you can cheat anybody for your personal benefits. If the child is forming a thought like that, when the child become a full grown person, it will be very difficult to try, convince that person not to cheat others. This is what is normally happening. So up to the age of 5, don't teach anything your children, but give a comfortable environment for the child to grow up with positive affirmations. From the age of 5, you can start slowly teaching things, especially yoga and yogic lessons. This is how our ancient tradition says. Up to the age of 5, children are Shaishav. Shaishav means they are Shivas, they are gods. let them play. But from the age of 5, the Upanayanam means we will accompany them. Upanayanam in Sanskrit, accompany them to the school. That is the best time to take them to the school from the age of 5.
Thank you, Guruji. So the next question from Lomas sir here. Guruji, why fire and heat has to go up? Anger, ego, hatredness, and all negative things has to go up people's head.
Why fire and heat has to go up? It's a natural tendency of particles. If you heat up something, the cohesiveness of the molecules, there is a link between all molecules. It's called molecular cohesiveness. That is depending on heat. Like vapor. Vapor is actually water molecules. Once it is heated, it cannot, combine each other, that the cohesiveness will be lost. Once the interconnection is lost, it will fly high. But if you condense, remove the heat from the vapor, it will fall down. It will come down. So fire will make everything go high, and the absence of fire will make everything come down. So fire and heat, once it is increased, the molecules will lose their interconnection and they will go high. Once the fire and heat is removed from that, it will come back and get different shapes. Once the cohesiveness of the water molecules coming to the certain temperature, it will remain as water. Remove the heat from that further. What will happen? That will condense each other to form ice. It is solid. So the player between the state of existence is heat, tapa. That is why tapas. If you want to change your plane of consciousness, increase the heat in the body. By focused mind, if you try to increase the heat, tapa, you are doing tapas. The person who does tapas is called tapasa. So everything, tapa is the player or the energy behind all material changes.
Thank you, Guruji. So the next question, what is prayer? Why should we pray, and how to do prayer in the right way?
Prayer, English word, must be derived from prarthana, Sanskrit word. The real word for prarthana is prana arthana. Arthana means attainment, unconditional gain. So you are asked by the nature to get your own energy, prana. If prana is not in the body, if the pranic level is low, you are sick. If it is going below more than the limit, you are dead. So prana is the sign of life, the source of life. You have to attain it through different ways. There are 5 types of energies, pranas, given to you by nature. Anna prana, food energy. Then asana prana means the activity, energy. Then shosam, the vayu prana, it is coming as vayu. Mano prana, yatha mana tadha prana. Then shabda prana. So 5 types of pranas are given to you, contributed to you by nature. It is your responsibility to receive it. If 10 children are there and you are willing to feed them, and they have their own plates and they are asked to go to the hall and take food the way they want, it is the responsibility of the children. Go to the source, take whatever they want. Same way, we all are like children in front of Mother Nature. Nature is providing 5 types of pranas, food, energies to us. It is our responsibility to take it from nature. Pranarthana, or prarthana. So, scientific prayer. Prayer is the English word of prarthana. Scientific prayer is necessary for everybody to maintain a healthy, contented life.
Thank you, Guruji. So the last question here for today: how can we make a new start to reboot ourselves on our physical, emotional, social, and spiritual levels in a way that is sustainable, affordable, and enjoyable?
Yes, start doing prayer in a scientific way. Unfortunately, everybody thinks that, not everybody, at least the devotees, think that God is sitting somewhere very partial. You know why? I'm sorry to use this word. As far as my knowledge is concerned, all gods are partial. The guys who are praising the God, God is very happy. Anybody who is questioning the God, God is unhappy. What kind of God is this? When God becomes angry, God will curse and punish. And God is happy, God will bless. What is the necessity of a God like this? Yes, human beings are better than this God. At least human beings, if they're angry, they cannot curse. They can go and hit him and get the hit back. When God is cursing and we are helpless, there is no God sitting like that. So get a proper prayer. There is no God sitting and waiting for your applications or request or beg. No, why should you do? Nobody is there. Focus your mind back to your body. Make a union between mind and body called yoga. And when you become aware of the inner energy, Panja Prana, 5 types of energies are there. Attain that, gain that energy abundantly supplied by nature, pranarthana, prarthana. Do that. Then there is no God sitting somewhere other than your focused mind. This is what is called a prayer. Get into that unconditionally, can be the beneficiary of your own karma. Karma means action. Do it. That should be the best beginning for everybody.
Thank you, Guruji. So thanks everyone for all your questions. That's the end of our session today. So we will be again back on Wednesday, December 3, same time, 10:30 a.m. IST. Thank you so much.
Namaste.
Namaste.